All right, welcome back to Hall of Justice, and we're like a maxi series because this is the 12th episode of season 1. Para tayong Crisis on Infinite Earths, but we are
bittersweet, Rick.
I know,
Bittersweet.
bittersweet, but we'll talk about why it's bittersweet later. But we do not want to start with a downer. We're gonna start with an upper, but before that, my name is Chico Olivares. I'm with Jiggy Cruz and Nikki De Guzman. How's it going, fellas?
Good. Excited ako for tonight's show because we got a big guest.
Yes, definitely. This guy, this guest of ours, he's just such an awesome toy designer, and the way he mixes all these different genres, all these different kinds of, cultures and all that across genres, and it's just so amazing. The final product is so amazing, and man, you just want to have all of it. That's how we feel, diba? All right, guys, our special guest tonight is toy designer supreme QUICCS. A round of applause for him.
Yon.
Yeah.
Welcome to Hall of Justice.
Thank you for having me, man.
How's everything going with you, QUICCS?
All good. Pretty much like everyone else, I've been staying at home, like doing my thing here from home, trying my best. Yeah.
When you talk about doing your thing, no? I know there has been a lot that you've talked about in terms of how you started this, but for the record, for everyone, how did you decide? Why did you decide to do toys and get all these different genres and mix and mash them together into something that is so awesome?
I've been doing art pretty much my entire life. Siguro I've been drawing since I was a kid, since 5 years old. Yeah, and during my grade school days and high school days, I joined art contests. Kumbaga ako yung pambato ng section ko lagi. So I pretty much already knew what I wanted to do as early as college, which was pursue art as a business. So I started out. I chose graphic design as my core competency to be able to make a business out of my talent. Tapos during the parang late 2000s, I was parang heavily frustrated to be able to do graffiti art. Yun kasi isa sa mga main inspirations ko. Although at that time in the Philippines, wala pa masyado nag-graffiti. It was siguro in 2011, 2012 when I met sila Egg Fiasco ng PSP. Doon ako nag-start doon ko na-explore yung graffiti as a medium for myself. Pero even before that pala, as early as 2000, 2001, I was already inspired by the likes of Michael Lau. I would see their toys sa American Awards, Mega Mall. Isa sa mga oldest stores. Up until now, andun pa rin sila. So if you go there, you'd see yung urban vinyl toys from way back, almost 2 decades ago, or 2 decades ago actually.
QUICCS, before we hear from Jiggy and Nikki, no?
Yes.
Talk about your love for hip hop and how did it find its way with all these cool robots,
For my the love for robots, obviously I was an 80s kid. Kami ng kuya ko, we'd watch Voltes 5 and Gundam and Transformers and all those shows. Up until the 90s, nung dumating na sila Evangelion. So I was heavily inspired by Japanese anime since before, sila Voltron. And during the 90s then, heavily influenced by the likes of Tupac, tsaka si Biggie. Parang sila yung best friend ko pag mag-isa lang ako sa room and I'd listen to their songs. Parang kaibigan ko sila nung time na yun. Kumbaga, I really found the hip-hop culture to be something I was heavily gravitated towards. Not just in music, but even how I dress myself. Kumbaga, especially sa school namin, since pwedeng mag-casual, wala kami uniform. Parang doon ko heavily nirepresent yung hilig ko talaga for the hip-hop culture.
Actually, naabutan ko pa kayo last batch na casual attire in high school, di ba?
Si Kuya Jem mo. Oo. Kami.
So, alam namin na kapag may dumana na ka-casual, senior.
Yes.
Anyway,
Ako naman, I have a question though, because I'm sure you get asked this a lot. Pero let's zero in on Tech 63. Kasi it's an iconic name, it's an iconic design from name to forma. Sabi mo nga kay Papo Julius noon, if you're Walt Disney, siya yung Mickey Mouse mo. What's behind his specific design?
Ayan, exactly what we've been talking about for the past few minutes. Siya yung parang combined influences ko from both the hip-hop culture, the graffiti culture, and my love for Japanese robots, all rolled into one character. So when I was developing
bali yung ulo, no? Tas yung katawan, more on hip-hop.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Tapos dun ko na-explore yung graffiti art ko. I basically exclusively paint this guy. Every time I get to paint.
Oh, wala siya. Oh no.
No, we lost Quick.
Ayan, he's back.
He back.
So yun, every time I get a chance to paint a wall, more often than not, parang 95% si Tech talaga yung ipe-paint ko. Parang siya na yung pinaka character na nagre-represent sa akin who I am as an artist.
You know, Quicks, before we talk about your works today, I want to know the very first Tech that you ever made. Do you still have it with you, and what does it look like?
Yes.
I
designed it in 2012. Yeah. Teka lang give me a moment. Ito.
Gusto ko yung hahanapin niya muna.
Nasa likod ng laptop ko actually.
For all the viewers, sila Urban, Joe, John, Aaron.
Back in 2012, since I was basically unknown in the toy industry, I didn't have the medium to be able to talk to a producer to develop this. So ginawa ko, I sculpted, painted, and tried resin recasting myself during that time.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
That's so cool. Galing.
That is amazing.
So every time I have a talk to somewhere, I usually show the process how I made this.
Dinadala mo.
From scratch. So medyo malayo na itsura niya.
Delikadong dalhin yan elsewhere. Baka may kumuha.
Ano na to? Isa na to sa mga copies.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, funny story. May mistake ako na ginawa first few times na I did toys. Nahahalo ko yung unang-unang hand-sculpted copy with the rest of the other stuff na I sold. So I don't know who has it, but
it's out
there. It's out there.
It's in possession of the actual toy that I handmade and hand-painted.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
May question naman, no? Big fan din ako ng Japanese robots, but specifically for the Super Sentai series. So, nagkaroon ka ba ever ng idea to do a Bio-Robo from Bioman na gawin siyang Tech 63?
Pwede, si Bioman actually isa sa mga favorite shows namin yun from before. So yeah, I don't mind doing it when the opportunity arrives, I guess.
Malay natin si Toei, biglang i-message ka nila and do a commissioned wall art sa office nila, di ba, sa Japan?
Why not? Very, parang memorable sa akin yung Bioman. Especially yung, I think it was the end credits na nililist nila si Bioman.
Yes.
I have a painting of, pero I did it on a Voltes 5. Parang nililist nila si Voltes 5. Actually, rebuilding. I did a painting, pero back in 2014, I think it was after Ondoy or something. It was a group show na about Ondoy, and it was a fundraising event na lahat ng proceeds mapupunta dun sa victims. Yun yung pinaint ko eh. Parang Voltes 5 silhouette na nire-rebuild ng mga tao. And my main inspiration for that was the end credits ng
nice.
actually. Gusto ko yung
Galing.
maliliit na tao trying to like clean or rebuild a robot. Yeah.
Well, veer away muna from Japanese robots, no? I brought out my Miles Morales superstar. So I have a personal question. How many superstars do you have?
Right now, before the Adidas collaboration, funny thing was, I did post a picture showing yung, tinatago ko kasi yung superstars ko from way back. Back then, I had like 20 of them. From the really like super gamit na ugly looking to the newest one. It was a gradient of old to new.
Galing.
20 back then. Now, they're generous enough to supply me whatever I want every month. So, pero
Solid.
I don't go out of the house. So, medyo bodega looking yung salas. There's a lot of like superstars and other Adidas shoes.
Super
just
ganda
like-
ng Run DMC eh. Na
yes.
63.
So the story to this why even before the Adidas collab happened, back in high school and college, my friends would attest na shoe of choice ko talaga yung superstars. And the other Adidas originals that they'd make. Largely in part due to the fact na I was also heavily influenced by sila Run DMC and the tie-up of Adidas originals to the hip-hop culture was very heavy during the 90s. So that was one of the things na I incorporated in my designs, sa toy designs ko din, na lagi silang naka-Adidas originals.
May nag-reach out na ba sa yung hip-hop artist na super sikat and pahingi naman ng Tech 63?
Meron, pero sila eh. Kumbaga, from the new group, the new breed of a couple of them reached out to me from the new breed of rappers.
Nice.
Hindi pa ako makakommit kasi medyo hinihintay ko or sinisave ko yung sarili ko for the people who I really know. Hindi na ako kasi ganun ka-familiar sa current array of artists sa States at the moment. So ayoko naman na parang gusto ko i-save yung sarili ko for a really significant artist or group of rappers na I really know from way back.
Wow.
Doon talaga kasi ako na-attach it, 90s hip-hop.
You're always asked about making toys, no? Just wondering, did you ever collect toys then? Did you ever draw inspirations then from any of them before? Ganun?
Yes. As I told
Which
earlier,
ones?
doon ako bumabalik lagi sa American Boulevard in Mega Mall. I'd see
okay.
sila Michael Lau was very instrumental in influencing me or making me daydream na back in 2003, 2002, darating yung panahon na I wanted to be able to produce my own. So, yun, very, instrumental sa akin si Michael Lau, to be specific.
Wow.
I'm sure, up until now, si American Boulevard would still display those kinds of toys sa Mega Mall pag dumaan ka. Mapapansin niyo yun. The hip-hop looking characters. So, even before the designer toys term was coined, these guys like si Michael Lau were already doing their own toys, which was something mind-blowing for me from before na something you can do. Kasi before that, we only had like commercial toys na like G.I. Joe and Transformers and the like. It was parang unprecedented for an unknown artist to be able to do his own toy. Way back then. So yun lang, parang I stuck to that dream of being able to do mine someday.
So roughly, how many toys have you designed, all in all? Roughly lang.
Roughly,
Ano the exact number?
I have recurring characters kasi. Siguro, to be technical about it, around 10 to 12. Pero we have recurring characters in my Bullet Punk universe. You'd see it through my feeds. So, nandiyan si Tech.
Yeah.
The girl na si Mariko and si Sharko, which I do with Devil Toys. Tapos meron kaming Zeta, yung Mazinger Z inspired. And then si Ghost of Kurosawa, one of our fan favorites then, which is inspired naman by a mashup of Darth Vader and Japanese samurai.
Galing.
Ayun.
Ooh.
The others that you see here, which I didn't mention, are collabs with other artists. So I take their ideas and then I apply my own style to it. Isa yun sa mga favorite kong gawin. When I collab with artists, parang nire-reinterpret ko yung toy nila to how tech would fit in their universe. Or how I make it look like ka-squad niya si Tech 63 or something. Parang ganun.
Okay, Quicks, I'm gonna throw this into the fire. No? With everything that you designed, have you ever thought about also coming out with a book that features all these designs? A coffee table book. Wow.
Actually, we're in talks with someone kasi next year 2022 is my 10th year actually of design.
Wow.
So I want to like come up with something that would commemorate that 10th year of my career in designing toys.
Galing.
Galing.
Hopefully matulog.
Galing.
Thank you.
Oh, wait, Rick, we forgot our poll question for tonight, no?
Yeah, go
we
ahead.
haven't asked everyone joining us kasi Quicks, pati your relatives are also joining tonight's
But there,
tonight. Hi, anak daw. What character would you like
Support.
would you like interpreted in the Tech 63 form? So, si Francis Abad said Combatron collaboration with Quicks. Yun yung inunahan na tayo ni Francis Abad with our poll question. Ayan.
Yeah, if I wouldn't say no to a Combatron like collab someday. Kasi ano yun, old school. Like, nung medyo bata-bata pa tayo, nandiyan na siya si Combatron.
Have any of the big like pop brands like Lucasfilm nag-reach out na ba sa'yo like for that Darth Vader inspired?
No, never pa. But if the chance,
Darating yun.
why not? Kasi inaantay ko si Bandai.
Okay, magiging biased muna ako. Can you talk about your design for Ateneo?
Okay.
Yan. And we have it on screen, on cue. Okay, yan.
Are we all Athenians here right now? The four of us?
No.
No.
Don't mind me. I'm just smiling here. UP ako.
UP. Okay.
Para support. Diba?
Okay, what can you tell us about that toy, and what pushed you to finally make one for your alma mater as well?
It was Jojo Padilla and his team of the alumni homecoming organizers who approached us with the idea of doing one for their homecoming event. Pero ever since before, as early as siguro mga 2-3 years way back, dream ko na din na, or may idea na ako na someday I'll be able to do this then if we have enough traction to be here locally for me to be able to do a tribute to my alma mater. So,
were you surprised by the reaction by your fellow Athenians? Were you surprised? Because, as far as ubus na yata, di ba? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. There were way more people who wanted a ticket to buy it than the actual items that we had. So, siguro fourfold. So you had a chance of a 25% chance of getting it if you wanted one dun sa raffle nila. Yeah, we were very surprised how it was well received. Although binibilang ko na medyo I had an idea that my classmates and my batch themselves would be able to finish all of them. So if you can just imagine,
sabi ni Mark Makalua, kilala ko to, taga Berkmans yung QUICCS.
Yeah, Berkmans. Yeah. Boss Mandark. I think you'd know him because he cosplays for Star Wars. Or,
this is Mr. Boba Fett himself.
Yes.
Mark Makalua. Yes.
Really good friend of ours. So yun, I guess you're familiar with that, yung tambayan system sa Ateneo.
Yes.
Si Boss Mark was like, yung seniores ko yan. I was like freshman. I think he was graduate already. Pero we knew each other because we'd hang out, even with the graduates. Even with my brother who was like 6 years older than me. His friends would be my friends too. Sila Boss Tony Pet. And yan, sila Boss Mark. It was a very close
Austin
tambayan.
Berkmans.
Yes. Na parang in a span of like eight batches, nag-uusap-usap pa
Wow.
din. Parang ganun. Ganun yung legacy ng Berkmans. Kaya, yeah, I'm very happy.
Okay, sa mga nanonood dito sa Hall of Justice, as Jiggy said, we do have a poll. What character would you like to see QUICCS collaborate on or design? Please mention it. Ayan, no? Pakisabi lang sa ating comment section.
Have any of the other
QUICCS?
schools approached you? Like gusto nila ng UP or Lasal
UP.
na
I would consider Lasal kasi ano ako GH ako. Doon ako grade school. Kinder
Very
1,
personal yung mga creations mo, no? Which is something cool, no? Tama naman. Para galing sa puso, di ba?
Totoo. Sino pa ba? Hindi,
QUICCS, ako.
Yeah, UP.
I have a question kasi I'm sure you're well aware na your toys are low in supply and crazy high in demand. So, how does that affect your pricing knowing na nag-appreciate yung value ng toys mo?
We always stick to our SRP. We don't like get greedy na
Okay.
jack up our prices.
Now that's
Although
good.
from the beginning, since these are independently produced toys, as compared to like the stuff that you'll see on Toy Kingdom kunwari, or some other commercial establishment, we are not able to produce these for as low as they can when they produce by the thousands. So from the base cost pa lang, it's kind of pricey na, but yeah, our collectors do understand the we are only able to produce only a handful of them, which I guess is also the fun in the collecting of it.
Exactly.
Kasi,
The rarity, di ba? Plus the craftsmanship pa na you bring to the table.
Really? This is
Sulit.
awesome.
And the hunt of it. Yung the
Tama.
hunting for them. And so we produce a lot of the Tech 63s with having in mind the community aspect of it. So we produce more than the other artists because I do believe na in making our fan base big enough that there's enough stocks of our toys to be circulating among themselves, like buying, selling, trading, and stuff. So we also want them to have fun in collecting, kumbaga.
Okay.
While considering the fact that they're very hard to find. So yeah.
Sige, I want to take off from something that Mickey asked. No, let's talk about yung Transformers na work. No? As an kid, tell us about your love for the Transformers and what about that love that went into these designs.
So we're huge fans. Yeah, me and my brother who's 6 years older than me, nakatutok kami lagi sa IBC 13. I think that was the time that that was the channel that would show Transformers back then. We were big fans of it, and I was a very, very huge fan of the movie itself, yung animated movie. Parang gulat na gulat ako.
Traumatizing movie.
Yeah. Super mind-blowing sa akin yung animated movie na yun kasi parang first 2 minutes pa lang ang dami nang namatay. Di ba? Yung TV cartoons parang safe. Everyone was safe. You'd know like good guys versus bad guys. But when this movie came out, parang mind-blowing siya na patayan kagad from the start. And yeah, I guess it's not a spoiler already, pero yung time na namatay si Optimus, parang tumatak sa utak ko na, wow, this movie is serious. So yeah, all those, considering all those, tapos by the time na Mighty Jacks invited us to do this collab, I jumped right in and said yes, of course, kasi I was a big fan as a kid of this franchise.
Galing eh.
Yeah. So they approached us for a bust collab, and they gave me creative control of how what direction I wanted to um, take their franchise. So I chose to represent the four pillars of hip hop. So two pa lang yung nakita niya actually, which is DJing and MCing, rapping. We're doing the b-boying and graffiti to complete the set, and plus one bonus na surprise na lang ko ano yung one bonus na yun.
Galing.
Yeah, I still wanted to be able to represent myself through these toys. Although working with Transformers, they have quote unquote evergreen standards. And my first pass of my designs, which kind of look more like tech, they made me try to stick to the standards of Hasbro, kumbaga. That's why they still look like the traditional Autobots and Decepticons, kumbaga.
Galing.
But they allowed me to like infuse my love for hip hop dun sa collab na, which I'm really happy about. So yun yung kwento.
Okay, very quickly, no? Describe your day. What's it like? How many hours do you spend designing? What's your free time? What do you watch? What do you listen to? Diba? What's on heavy rotation right now sa'yo? Kumbaga,
Right
hip-hop.
now, during the pandemic kasi, we have a studio at the Pearl Drive Ortigas. Before the pandemic happened, I'd be there Mondays to Fridays to accommodate like my craft, and at the same time, we run a design studio with my partners. One of them is actually also my business partner dun sa Bullet Punk and the QUICCS brand, si Carlo Mendoza. We've been running a design studio since 2008. So before the pandemic, yun yung ano ko, regular base of operations sa Burnwater. But after the pandemic, I'd really just stay here at home. So when I wake up in the morning, I attend to my fish. I have some betta fishes here na I found really, parang ano siya, and shrimp. I have a shrimp aquarium.
Sorry, is that a b-boy thing? Yung
Sorry?
fish keeping?
Oh yeah, Gem has a lot of arowanas, right? Even in
That's why, is it a b-boy thing? Yung
Very
fish-
therapeutic.
I only acquired it during these pandemic times. I have a
Okay.
collector fan who gave me one betta fish. Tapos dumami sila na dumami. I find that very
May mga
relaxing.
pageant pa yung ganyan. Mga beta,
pageant.
di ba?
Yeah. Yung rarity niya tsaka yung ganda niya. Parang dog.
Very similar to collecting toys, actually.
I guess.
Hinahanap din yan eh.
Pokemon actually. Sinahanap ko yung
Quick.
shiny. Yeah.
Let's get into the details though. Diba? You mostly make vinyl toys. But
Yeah.
you also make ones ng resin. So what
Yes.
would you say are the pros and cons of the two?
Sure.
Tapos paano sila nagkakaiba pag sa pagtago? Ganon.
Yeah. Typically, toy designer would start doing his own resins habang hindi pa siya pinapansin ng big producers. It's cheap in such a way that you can produce it yourself in small quantities. Pero if you consider all factors, the price per unit ng resin toy is actually higher than if you make it through vinyl. The vinyl is cheaper at per cost basis, but you have to commit to doing a lot of them. Like we're talking about 500 to 1,000 pieces because they're produced in a factory in China. So yeah, back to what I was saying. If you're starting out, you typically do your own resin toys first, and then when you're ready enough to commit to it, or someone invests in you, like a toy producer, that's when you go to vinyl toys. I'd say the pros of resin is you can do it yourself in your garage, or you can establish a team that will help you like paint a lot of them or recast a lot of them. You can have a low capital to be able to do it, but the cons of it would be it's fragile, and like what I said, in the long run, at a per cost cost per unit is quite higher. Kasi a lot of labor is put into it, and you can only you can't do like 500 to 1,000 of pieces of resin. It'll be like a monumental task to be able to accomplish. So
Okay.
going to vinyl naman, the advantage is you can do a lot of them, and the quality most of the time is factory ano siya, standard. So it's very clean, it's very the pad printing is factory made,
Wow.
um, and it's very
Dr. D.
consistent. It's very consistent among the all the units that you'd be producing as compared to hand painting every single one of them, like this, for instance. So the pros of vinyl is yun nga, it's very durable as compared to resin. The painting or the finished product is consistent all throughout the entire run, and the packaging usually is part of the equation already. So your the output of it is highly commercial, as opposed to something that like when usually when you do resin toys, DIY pati yung packaging, you outsource it yourself lang locally. Um, the cons of vinyl is it's not handmade, so some collectors prefer resin because it has the spirit of the artist in it. Parang alam mo na hand painted siya, na handmade siya. Um, uh, what are the other cons of vinyl? It's light. Some collectors like resin because it's heavy. Kumbaga parang the value that you feel when you hold it is much more
Pero
when
mas
you
fragile din ng resin.
very very fragile. Yung vinyl pwede mong ibatoyin, okay lang. Kumbaga.
Laruan
Like
talaga.
yeah. They're like they were built for to be played by children basically. What are the cons of vinyl? It's expensive.
So
course.
from collector's perspective,
Yeah.
Quicks, paano siya dapat inaalagaan? Should they be put in boxes, sa stante ba? Yung heat resistance nila, ganun.
Displayed.
It's a good question.
Yeah.
Resin toys, wag mo lang siyang ihulog. Just don't, yeah, it's fragile. Treat it as a like a vase. Very fragile siya. But I think the advantage of resin toys is even after decades in your cabinet, it'll still look the same since resin doesn't deteriorate. Some vinyl toys, especially from if you bought them like a decade ago, they tend to bend sometimes, especially when you display them where sun hits them. Parang they tend to bend over time.
Naiinitan.
The old school cause. I have some friends who would tell me that they bend forwards. That's because of the vinyl that was used, the material that was used tends to warp over time, and some of them even become sticky over time. Yung mga designer toys. So, pero the advantage of vinyl toys is kahit mahulog siya, you're kind of safe. Like
Okay.
it won't break at all.
Before Jiggy asks about the Philippine Lego group now, I just want to know very quickly, yung response ng Japanese market dun sa fusion ng works mo, no? or the international market. What's it like? What are you hearing?
We have a small fan base in Japan. I have a handful of collectors there, but compared to US and the rest of the world, and especially in the Philippines, I guess it's a matter of them super used to it na. That's why I only have a handful of collectors in Japan, I think.
Gets. Okay.
Something that,
Pero sa US, would you classify them as parang diverse group yung Americans? Or are they all white guys or Asian American? Iniisip ko.
Very diverse.
Very diverse.
I guess all thanks to my because it's a mixture of Japanese robots and hip hop. and the fact that a lot of Filipinos are there who are proud of me too for being part of the scene. So dun naghahalo yung so
Nice.
hip hop is open for everyone. There's it doesn't know it doesn't have like racial boundaries. So
Yes.
I see that in our collection our collector base as well. Para it's a good mix of everyone. I don't see racial boundaries in our base of collectors.
We have some we have some Lego fans in the house, like si Boss Leslie.
Yeah.
So how did this collaboration happen? No? I saw a minifig of na QUICCS minifig.
Super honored for this. So si Boss Les, we've been talking for since siguro for 2 to 3 years now. We've always been talking about like collaborating for a Lego themed na tech. So back in 2018 or 2019, I think we started off with the Brick Boy, which was a 3-inch Tech 63 na may hawak siyang Lego. It's not this one. It was our first release for his group, for Les's group, was a Microtech na may hawak na Lego. Tapos for this year, he invited me to be able to do a minifig that kind of resembles me with the wearables that we also produce. Yun yung suot niya. And he was sporting a tech mask na we also developed right on time for the COVID pandemic. But our intentions for that were actually more of nung pumutok yung taal. Yun yung una namin. So it was kind of timely na
Okay.
A bad kind of being timely na we
have
needed.
A question kasi rin meron na bang QUICCS designed motor helmet?
There's a custom that one of our graphic designers in Burnwater did. It's a one-off. So if we talk about on a commercial scale, wala pa. But yeah, that's something that I'm very open to do as well. I already have a vision in mind how to do it.
Wow.
How to make it tech inspired.
Akira!
Akira.
Pretty neat.
That's one of like my favorite animes. Then that's why across our toys, not just tech, it's one of our recurring colorways. My tribute to Akira is a recurring. It's a favorite ko din yun.
Oh, okay.
Tech
63 has a motorcycle also, right?
Yeah.
We're developing one in the 1/12 scale, which is really coming up really soon. I think we're opening up orders for this sa Feb.
So on.
Yeah, 1/12 scale. So may 1/6 scale kasi kami. So now it's a bit smaller. This is 1/6 scale. Yung malaki at 12 inches. One of our first projects with Devil Toys back in 2017, I think. So this year we're ito naman part din ng 1/6 scale series naman, the Devil Toys, but designed by one of our main graphic artists sa Burnwater and a good friend of mine, si Check Disc. So I'm introducing my friends as well in the 1/6 scale universe, starting off with one of our lead designers sa Burnwater. So Check Disc. So then, I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, the 1/12 scale. Yeah, we're building a 1/12 scale, introducing the series with Tech 63, and then moving on to the other characters. This coming Feb. That's what's unique about it is since it's smaller, we can actually start designing vehicles. We can explore vehicles now kasi
it's exciting.
Hard to produce bigger vehicles for them as opposed to doing it as a 1/6 scale. It'll be too big for us to manage.
Okay, we have a few more questions left here for QUICCS, no?
Sure.
QUICCS, what is on your bucket list? What is left on your bucket list? What would you like to do, design, collaborate with? What's up in the horizon for you aside from the book that to commemorate your 10th year in the business?
First and foremost, this year, bucket list, and at the same time, it's already being developed. super proud to be able to produce my own shoes via Adidas, my own colorways of some of their favorites from the Adidas brand. So
Super
people
astig, no?
can people can look forward to that. I think we have like at least two and hopefully three by from for this year and next year. And next on my bucket list really would be I want to explore games tsaka a movie, an animated movie about like my universe and my vision
Nice.
and a video game. Yeah. So if you guys know game developers, we'd love to talk to them.
Wow, wow.
Those are my main bucket lists. I want to do a shoe. I want to do a video game. I want to do a movie. Yeah.
Is anything in motion in terms of your bucket list? May gumagalaw na ba in terms of planning and
Yes. So the collab with Adidas is already rolling for us. My
ganun?
shoes are already about to come out this year and next year.
Nice.
Movies and video games, wala pa naman. Although meron na kaming kausap for a comic book, which is also part of my bucket list. Hopefully
Nice.
that's a foot in the door for us to explore my dream video game and my dream animated movie someday.
Nice.
Thank you.
Nikki, Jiggy, do you have any more for our guest over here?
Rick, I can't wait for like a Spider-Man or Iron Man collaboration na Tech 63 eh. Like, sana may Marvel na lalabas.
Oh, I'm super entertained that
Pwede.
opportunity arrives for us to do a proper licensed version of it. Game ako dyan.
Now, ako, before we let you go, para
Yeah.
last question yung dating niya. What's the most important lesson you've come to realize after 10 years in the business? Pang pageant.
It might sound very cliche. It might sound very cliche, pero para if you do what you're good at or do what you're enjoying, the work aspect of it becomes play. It's not like hindi na siya work. So I was very fortunate enough to be able to make a business out of the things I enjoy, which is painting and building toys. That's the biggest lesson in life that I learned is follow your passion. Very generic, but that's what I did. Since I knew I was good at drawing since I was a kid. So I followed my parents' advice to take up business instead of fine arts, para I could develop a livelihood out of it when I graduated. So that's what I did.
QUICCS, I mean, diba, how do you compartmentalize though? You're in, may toys ka, may merch ka, may art ka. If you were to choose just one, if you had to prioritize just one, what would it be?
To answer your question, I'm able to juggle all of these because I'm fortunate enough to be able to have a very, very supportive team behind me. My business partner, my sister, and my
shout out
designer. Si Carlos, si Luday, si Dex, the Burnwater team backing me up, our photographers, our designers. They were able to help me in being able to multitask. I wouldn't be able to do all of these if I were an independent artist working on my own. So I was very fortunate enough to be able to build a very reliable and hardworking team. And then if I were to choose one, art and graffiti, I guess. Because that was since
that's where it all started, no?
Years old.
Teka, Nikki, on that note, no, since he mentioned graffiti, eto na talaga pinaka-last. Meron ba nag-exist na QUICCS graffiti sa campus ng Ateneo? Kasi kung meron, bukas na bukas pupunta ako. I will pry it loose.
Kasi na-mural in Ateneo.
Oh, sa loob meron ba?
Wala. Kasi back in college, we'd paint katsa canvases na malalaki. We weren't allowed to paint in walls in campus. Pero I was like, a couple of times, I was able to paint on the stage na may cover na katsa. So I don't know where those are. They're probably destroyed or gone by now. Pero
Archives.
I used to paint in stages back in
Akala
college.
ko kahit din sa mga washroom meron.
Pampa-impress ko sa chicks ng
Papatuloy ko yun.
Pero, paint.
Nice.
Talaga.
Wait, Rex, kumain ka na ba? Kasi sabi dito na ready na daw yung ulam mo and we don't wanna keep you.
No, we ate early.
Okay.
We had a meeting now. So, we ate like 6:30. Yeah, we prepared for it. Ano yung sabi? Who said what?
Sabi ni Luday, "Woot, thanks kuya, love you, ready na ulam mo."
Yeah, she's lying. She's But yeah, she ordered for us kanina. 6:30 pa lang. Oh, nang-aasar lang.
Okay.
Okay, Quicks, you have any final words for all your followers out there, your fans on,
Oh, thank you for having me. First and foremost, I've been a long time consumer or like customer of Phil Bars. Back in my Magic the Gathering days pa lang, Phil Bars na yan.
Which branch would you go to? Katipunan?
Yeah. Katipunan and Mega Mall.
Gate 3.
Oh. The commons and the uncommons. I'd hunt for Magic the Gathering cards back then.
Black Lotus.
Wala na. Black Lotus. Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm very honored that you invited me here. And hopefully,
Our pleasure.
we'll be able to do business together someday. Especially the Mighty Ducks, I guess. Since you guys talked about it. I think you guys will be having supplies of that in the future, right? So I'm not sure about that. Yeah.
Right.
So, si Soundwave from the Mighty Ducks Transformers collaboration with QUICCS is coming soon to Phil Bar. So please do check out the Phil Bar social media pages to find out the price that you can get those QUICCS designed toys. Dahil
It's cool
unahan
that
niya.
you have an order from them kasi they've been out on their website. So for the people who want to have stocks of these, I guess this is what the last chances that you'll have yung stocks ng Phil Bars. I'm not sure if it'll be available in other stores, but probably in some other countries, not here in the Philippines, I guess.
eBay, mahal na eh. Chinek
And
namin. eBay, mahal na.
So this project is quite like a big project. It's a different from our usual toys since it's a bust format. So yeah, we're very honored to be able to do something with Hasbro. Parang din siya, dream collab. Then for me to be able to do some toys with them.
Nice.
But si Bumblebee na kanya, yeah, the MC. So yeah, something for them to look forward to then. I'm completing the 4 pillars of hip hop. So may aabangan silang graffiti and b-boying someday. We're working on it now.
All right, there you have it, the great toy designer QUICCS. Nako, maraming salamat for your art and what you do for fanboys like us and for Philippine pop culture. Maraming salamat at mabuhay ka. We'll talk to you soon. Guguluhin ka namin dun
Thanks,
sa
QUICCS.
namin.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you soon.
Take care.
Nikki,
Alright.
may comment kasi tayo that hindi natin pwede palampasin. Sabi kasi ni Jason Inocencio, si Rick
Ano
naman
daw?
looks like an anime character now with his orange glasses. Ang cute! Sabi ni Jason Inocencio. Yan. Cute.
Telling you, Rick, they're not gonna give it a rest. Choice mo
nako,
yan.
Jay.
Ginusto mo yan.
Date ka na, Jason. Kailangan mo lang makipag-date, Jason. Anyway, to all our viewers out there, this is the 12th episode of Hall of Justice, the last episode of season 1. But you know what? We're ending on a bittersweet note. But mamaya na muna yun. All right. medyo reflection time. Senti time muna tayo ngayon, di ba? O, G,
What?
senti time tayo ngayon.
Oo nga eh.
Oo nga, di ba?
Wala eh. So, but
So
you
how
can
do we
always
go
find
about
us
this?
online. We'll always post our hauls that we get
Yeah.
from Phil Bars. Yan. Mm.
Mm. Mhm.
Rick, una ka daw makipag-date, sabi ni Jace. Oh, we won't post that na.
Hindi tayo nagkukulang ng date. Huwag ka mag-alala.
Si Sherwin, this is last for the first season. Erbe, ayan. Erbe's looking forward to season 2. So, yun.
Yeah, unfortunately, I guess, should we say it, Nick? No, I don't want to preempt it.
No.
Yeah.
Hintayin na lang natin. But, ayun. I guess I want to take this opportunity to thank the guys at Phil Bars, Jacob, Eric, si Ivan,
Yes.
Micah. Thank you very much for having the three of us. It's been such a great time to talk and geek out every Thursday night with Rick and Nikki, and to all the guests we had and all the watchers, kaya sila Airbe, Sherwin, every week in and in out has been supporting us. Thank you very much.
Yeah, this was like a year in the making. When this started out, it was at Super Manila when Jacob and Ivan first started talking about doing this. And, it sort of gathered steam during the pandemic. And we're just happy to be able to do this. And, we have a lot of things that we're planning when we return. But right now, we want to turn it over to Nikki. Nikki.
Yeah. Hinihintay ko nga eh. Well, I would like to thank Phil Bars nga rin. Ako kasi mostly, it's the opportunity to meet a lot of awesome guys. Well, mostly I met dudes. But yeah, all of you awesome dudes. First and foremost, my two co-hosts, sempre. That's why I look forward to meeting you guys in person. I haven't met these two. Para lang sa mga nanonood dyan. Alam nyo ba?
Ilang ni Rick ang magkakilala physically. Like,
yeah.
But Rick and I
Never
haven't
met them in person.
Pa.
Mm-hmm. Kahit sila Ivan, the people behind Phil Bar, sila Micah, sila Jacob, the awesome team behind our intros na paiba-iba. Kudos to you guys. Diba? Yeah. Inaabangan namin yung mga themes nyo dyan. And
wait,
of course, you guys.
Nakalimutan natin. May code pa pala tayo, Nikki. Sorry to cut you, but for the people watching, let's put out the code, our last promo code for the first season. And here it is, available at shop.philbars.online. Use code first season
price
1973 to get 20% off on any regular price hot toys, cost baby item. Only 5 discount slots available. So mamaya na kayo makinig sa Senti, namin, pumunta na kayo ngayon sa shop.philbars.online.
Yeah, grab that code while you still can, diba?
Yes.
Ayun. Thank you guys for watching. Us three geeks, geek out. Yun lang. Every week.
Oh, it was always fun. And like Siniki was the one who actually got me to get into Three Jokers. No? So it was always fun to actually talk about all this stuff and see what the others into, and even the people watching. It's always cool to find out what you're reading, what you're purchasing in terms of pop culture. But we also want to take this opportunity to thank also all the people in the back room, from Ivan, Jacob, Eric, Micah. Maraming salamat for all the hard work that you guys do week in, week out. And lastly, we also want to thank Nikki de Guzman. I guess we should say it. This is actually her last episode.
Yeah.
She won't be back for our second season. And, Nikki was awesome, really awesome.
Mahirap i-replace si Nikki dahil who can answer all those McFarlane details, Lord of the Rings lore, and all that.
Paalis lang ako, kaya ang dami nilang sinasabi dyan.
Pero Rick, if you have more orange attire daw, Nikki will come back, sabi niya.
Yeah.
Ganun ba yun?
Yeah. Kung magda-dress up ka, ganun. I could.
Halos lahat ng
just for your weird get-ups.
Oh, it's mostly blue eh. True blue kasi. Anyway, so yun nga. We want to thank all you guys for watching. Let's go through the whole list. Erbe, as always, you're always there. Joey, John, Aaron, diba? We've got Jason, Sharon, Eileen, no? Imelda. You know, you have all these questions about probably doing a meet and greet. Siguro pag medyo okay na yung pandemic. Wala na tong pandemic, we can start thinking about things, no? But right now, it's a
when
little
things are
premature.
better.
Where is Boss Cholo of Toycon PH?
Naku, Boss
Sir,
Cholo
thank
man yun. Nandyan, isa pang fellow Atenean yan. Si Imelda. Thank you, Alex. Francis Abad. JL Benedict. Lance. We've got Mark Jericho. Si Mark Hill. Si Ernesto. Sino pa ba nandito? Si JP. Si Julian. Si G. Si Tops. Ray. And Ron.
Rick, we gotta thank all the guests who also joined us
Mhm.
during this season. Miguel Mercado, Kajo, Budget, Nico Lim, Yexel. Am I forgetting anyone?
No, I think that's it.
Oh, si QUICCS. Kanina.
Of course, QUICCS.
Mhm, yeah.
So we want to thank you for watching, and we hope that you did enjoy Hall of Justice. And if there's anything that you'd like to see us do in the future, please message us on Philbars. And we ask you that you share this podcast so that other pop culture fans may see watch our episodes, diba?
And follow the Phil Bar social media pages.
Definitely.
Yes.
Yes.
Definitely. So for my fellow hosts, Jiggy and Nikki, this is Rico Olivares. We want to say thank you very much. Mabuhay kayo lahat. We'll see you for season 2.
Thanks, Nikki.
Thanks, Nick.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Phil Bars. Mabuhay, everyone.
Nakakainis ka rin.